Happy Hump Day. You are in the back room with Becky, and we're listening to Digital Underground, and it's the Hump again. So, it's Hump Day. We made it over the hump. We got 2 more days to the weekend. Baby, let's chop it up. Introduce myself. My name is Hump It. Yeah. All right. All right. You're in the back room with Becky. It's Happy Hump Day. I'm so glad I don't work for real TV because I do a lot of stuff that I know ordinarily I would not do. And I was trying to do things like they do on TV, but I'm like, I have my own thing. Even if it was the news, I would be still chopping it up the way that I want to. So today we are surviving the work week. And two things have been on my mind, and I kind of was like, okay, in lieu of the capture and consequent demise of Osama bin Laden, we seem to have a different kind of a feel throughout the country. I spoke with various relatives and friends throughout the nation, from the South, both coasts, East and West, and two of my people in Chicago, just to kind of see how they felt. You know, I have relatives that we had some people that were touched by 9/11. I personally lost a classmate who was a security guard in Tower 1, and rest in peace, Margie. And we want to tell you that this is a great country, but you must apply yourself in any given situation. You have to remember that this is a country of beggars and thieves, and we are the remnants. We're the descendants of slaves, of people who were displaced and sent to this country as punishment. And we took the worst of everything and even what was within us and made a nation that to this day still stands in an incomparable status, in that there are very few countries that are run like ours, very few countries where people can come from absolute poverty and become millionaires, billionaires, and only in America. I'm sure there are lots of stories all around the world about people who have struggled and come up through the struggle, and maybe they were abused and neglected, and they finally grew up and they turned their lives around and they're doing some fabulous things. This week we got the playoffs going on, and I said this is the year of the underdog. I'm gonna always be for the Boston Celtics, because that was my dad's favorite team. And as a little girl, I watched with him back in the days of Larry Bird. Yeah. I can't believe that commercial where they just acted like they didn't know who Larry Bird was. I know it's a commercial, but oh, how disrespectful is that? Larry Bird should have popped him upside the head with a basketball. Anyway, so much of the nation was no longer amused by Charlie Sheen, Star Jones, Nene Leakes, or even the Donald after the death of Osama bin Laden. The news took a tremendous shift. And of course, in the political polls, the approval rating for the president went through the roof. Now, I don't know how I feel about that. I would love to know what you think about it, because there's still people out there that think that he doesn't know what he's doing. But come on now. Bush may have began the war on terrorism after 9/11, but I do believe it will be the upcoming administration that will finally get a handle on breaking down the hierarchy and maybe weakening terrorism to a certain degree. But we can't be too relaxed. We can't get too excited because there are still people out here that wish to do our country harm. And we're going to have enemies and haters probably as long as this great nation survives. And that is something that I have pondered and thought about. What would we do if a war broke out in the United States again? How would we prepare ourselves? Would we become barbaric? Would we cooperate with our government and aid in a smooth transition of being a country that has always known freedom to a country that is now marked by not only terrorism, but to some extent martial law? The Homeland Security Act, I know we had to put things in place. I no longer like to fly. I have hardware in my body. I am like a veteran from football or from the war. I have prostheses that are made of metal, and I have an implant in my back that is made of metal and electronic wiring. So when I go through any kind of security system, it's bells and whistles, baby. They don't know what to think. And then they look at me and they say, "You're so young. What do you mean?" I tell them I may be young, but I am a veteran. I've got my war stories and I've got my scars, and I'm a survivor. And this great country is a country of survivors. That's what I want us to keep in mind. Donald Trump can't destroy us. The only thing that can destroy this country is that division between us. The racism, the classism, the sexism, the ageism, all those isms is no good. All it does do, the thing that separates us will ultimately be the thing that destroys us. Because you see, when this country starts picking and choosing sides, should something occur, and say that Iran, Iraq, or Afghanistan decides to, take us on. Suppose Korea took an aggressive stance with us, and they decided to fly through and bomb the White House. Well, let us not be so arrogant, so comfortable, because that is what we cannot afford to do. Now, it is stressful because economic times are hard. The gas prices are out the roof. Everything in the grocery store is out the roof. I paid almost $2 for a tomato. That's why I'm going to have tomatoes out there in my backyard. This is what I'm talking about, Americans. The prices for gas and stuff are going to go high. So if there's opportunities for you to ride with someone else, use public transportation, walk to your destination, carpooling, these are things that we can do to help the economy. Now, I have a disabled mother, so I'm not jumping in my car every time she has a doctor appointment. I will utilize the hospital and the clinic's transportation system. And everybody can do a little bit of something to cut back on using gas this year. I'm angry about it because, and we're not even paying the highest price yet. We're just at the $4 plus in Kansas City. If you have a luxury automobile or a performance automobile, you're putting premium in there. You don't want to put regular in your good car. Guess what? I did. I put regular in the Crown Victoria because the idea that I'm ready to pay $4 a gallon for a $30 tank, for a 30-gallon tank. That's a lot of money. My sister was just telling me, and she has a performance vehicle, that she just, $60 is nothing. It's before the work week is over. And she parks and rides the bus to go to work. So a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people could be doing that. It just brings the horrible memories back of riding the bus. So, but I will do whatever I have to do to assist my country in conserving energy. I've made a lot of changes in our household. I intend to do some more. And eventually this house will go back on the market because I don't think my mother and I need a two-story, about 8 or 10 rooms in the house. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, formal dining room, living room, kitchen, and then the great room, the den where I use my office space, then the laundry room. Okay, and then there's a sewing room upstairs with a sun porch. It, it's just mother and I. I'm not having any more babies. There's no reason for you to stay in these big houses. So hopefully I will be able to get us a nice little condo, something in the neighborhood that we will be happy about. And that is my goal and objective to ultimately downsize, is to get us out of this humongous house. It's the family home. Of course, I love it. I never wanted to leave. But I have to prepare my mom and let her know this is what we're going to do so that we have more money in our pockets and less money going out to utilities and whatnot. So do what you can for the environment and for the economy by making those small sacrifices that will make big differences when we collectively come together and practice some consistency and conservation. You've been in the back room with Becky, and it's been a wonderful day. It's hump day, and all I want to say is peace and love for the people.